TNT Monster Truck Challenge. We are moving into the semifinals, and what a classic setup we've got here. Scott Stevens, King Crunch TMC, against Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson, the Chevrolet.
Richard, you hit the nail on the head when you called it a shootout. I have no idea how to call this one. The Gravedigger, he's got it on kill. You can see the two red lights. That indicates everything's okay.
Good start.
Stevens trying to go two in a row. Side by side at half track. Keep an eye on the Gravedigger. Makes a move. Oh, problem with the Gravedigger, Richard, I believe.
Dennis Anderson got the win, but there's a red flag waving.
Now, the rule says both front tires must hit the obstacle. The left front tire did not. Anderson, second week in a row, out.
So Dennis Anderson disqualified. Your winner, Scott Stevens.
Second week in a row, you're going to the final. You keep getting quicker and quicker. Real quick, what lane are you going to be coming out of in that final? Like I don't know the answer already.
I'm going to stay in my lane. You know, that white truck just can't stay on the track. You know, last week he said that he was the toughest. Hey, we were going to the final round again. I don't see that white truck again. And, you know, I want the white truck. And he's a national champion. And, you know, in the next round we're going to be against a tough truck. And, you know, they put USA 1 out. And, you know, that's who we really wanted to race, but we will race anybody we can get. We're just glad to be here tonight.
See you in Crash in that next final.
Thank you, Army.
So Scott Stevens extremely disappointed that he doesn't get a shot at the USA 1. Instead, he'll race the winner of this one in the finals. It'll either be the surprise of the night, the Barbarian, Jim Miller, the Ford from Illinois, or the hometown truck, no problem, John Moore from Lafayette, Tennessee, and another Ford.
Keep an eye on the Barbarian. This kid is on a roll tonight. A lot of horsepower first time. Flat on the floor, driving style. Puts it on kill. Then it explodes on him right on the end of the track, Richard.
A big-time problem for Jim Miller and the Barbarian. He gets the win over no problem. He would have gotten the win anyway. I just received the word no problem was disqualified. Once again, his front two tires did not go over the last set of junk cars, so he's disqualified. Now the question is, how much damage has the Barbarian suffered? Is he going to be able to come back in the championship? There you saw the fire from underneath that Ford. We're going to make our way trackside here in a moment with Army to find out if Jim Miller can come back to race in the finals.
For the ESPN fans, do you have any idea what happened on that run?
What happened, my front drive shaft twisted in two, and it wiped out in my transmission oil pan.
So you did lose it. That's where the fire came from. All the transmission oil got back on the headers and ignited.
There was about 4 gallons of transmission fluid instantly just drained out of the pan.
So tough break for Jim Miller. The first time this year he would have been in a championship, Army, and mechanical difficulties does him in. And look who is coming back in the championship because he was the fastest loser from the quarterfinals. The rookie, tough enough, Pablo Cruz in the Ford, gets to go to the championship against King Crunch and Scott Stevens.
Oh, looks like tonight, Nashville, Tennessee, you have to live on the other side of the Mississippi, west of the Mississippi to go to the final. Texas going against Arizona. Chevrolet going against Ford. Stevens trying to make it 2 in a row. He's going to do it. Scott Stevens being smooth. But I tell you, tough enough. Didn't back on him. He pushed him to the limit.
I think that was a matter of Scott letting off a little bit, Pablo coming on strong, but your winner, Scott Stevens in Nashville for the second week in a row.
Scott, everybody's been talking. They've been jumping on you. A lot of mouthing off going out there, but you're just putting them away one by one.
Yeah, you know, a few weeks ago, everybody just didn't think a whole lot about the truck. We just, you know, we broke 11 transmissions, never got it down the track, and hey, we never gave up. And now, you know, we're putting everybody on the trailer. That white truck's going again. You know, hey, he can't get down the track. He said, you know, he was quicker, you know. Well, we'd have been 2 seconds quicker tonight, maybe, you know. If he would have been here, we'd have had to run a little harder. But he isn't here. You know, we're just ready to go. The truck's, you know, like I said, we hadn't heard nothing.
So in the Music City tonight, a lot of monster truck drivers are singing the blues, the Gravedigger, Equalizer, but primarily Rod Litzow and USA 1 as Scott Stevens holds true with his promise to flat put the USA 1 truck away. And in the meanwhile, Scott really shakes up these national point standings with his second consecutive win. For Army Armstrong.
Son.